Hi everyone, Assalamualaikum warahmatullahi wabarakatuh. I'm Asry Diliyanti. Today I would like to inform and explain what I've been learned in Intercultural Communication course that I take this semester on Pasca Sarjana program. So first of all, I'm going to explain what is culture and how it affects human beings based on my point of view. First of all, I believe that almost all humans are not only exposed to one culture in their life. Whether they realize it or not, they learn, adapt, and absorb a certain cultures when socializing it with others. This unique phenomenon, it's called cultural acculturation, where a person communicates with different cultural backgrounds so that people unconsciously train their intercultural competence, and interestingly, this happens naturally in our social life. Okay, during this subject, I also learned the important knowledge that the cultures we are living in society can be very different but also have similarities in regarding to its value. For example, both culture Java and Lombok considered impolite to use left hand to point out at something. But they have difference when talking about marriage life. How to marry their daughter. In Java, you cannot just take the daughter or kidnap her because it's considered inappropriately. It's considered disrespectful because in Java it has to be asked permission properly and respectfully. It is very different in Sasak culture. When you want to marry their daughter, you have to kidnap it first because Sasak culture believes that women are so valuable and priceless that they cannot just be asked for like things or like goods. Likewise, Indonesian culture as a whole is very different from American and European countries. But there is something unique as human being. It doesn't matter how long we learn about other cultures, how we adapt it, or try to blend in, but we never neglect the custom of our childhood or the culture in which we grew up in. It will not disappear even if we adapt to the cultures of many other tribes, races, or ethnicity. There are values that we believe in since we were young until we grew up, then become the ideology and core foundation of our lives. And most of them are values and norms that come from God based on our beliefs and religion. It will never disappear no matter how many culture that we learned, how many things that we get from the culture, but the base culture that we lived in will never disappear. Then I also understand that the higher people education are, the more critical they would be in implementing a culture. They will filter and see whether the function of the culture is still accordance with their principle, knowledge, and needs or not. If not, they will set aside or a little bit forget or neglect the culture and then look forward to the culture that they might think is the best in accordance with their belief and principle of living this life as an educated human. It turns out that from the phenomenon, I understand that defending culture is not merely applying it absolutely in everyday life, but rather to what values can be taken from the application of the culture and how we implement that values into our habit or our attitude or our ways of life. So the last thing that I've learned is that culture has two sides like money, like currency, seperti mata uang has two sides. And how to sort out the positive and the negative values, it returns back to the individual itself. Because in accepting, studying, adapting, implementing the cultures regarding to the positive and negative values, human needs other instruments that more stronger and more certain and absolute. Usually humans use their religion to judge which culture, or their belief to judge which culture is good for them, which one is not. So basically there is no bad culture. It's depend on what we believe in, what our religion taught us. So that a human being have a free choice to choose which culture they want to follow, which culture they want to implement in their life. Because different person have different needs, and different person also believes in different religion and believes in different form of God. So it's based just on our religion, that which culture that we're gonna believe in and implement in our lives. It determines who we are then. Okay, that's it that I learned from this class, and this course is also so fun. Thank you so much for the time. Wassalamualaikum warahmatullahi wabarakatuh. Bye everyone.